Anybody here aware that in 2015, the global fashion industry produced more man-made CO2 emissions than the aviation and shipping industries combined? No? Me either. And what an alarming stat that is. My name is Adam Roberts and I'm the Managing Director of Roberts Consulting, and I've been hired by your senior management team to talk to you, the managers of Uniqlo, about climate change, how it's impacting your business, and the next big thing as a result of it, the rise of importance of corporate social responsibility. Let me start with climate change though. Recently, PwC in the UK released a paper discussing how climate change has always been talked about for many years. However, recently there is increased accuracy around scientific predictions on the rate and impact humans are having on the environment. Alarmingly, they went on to say that climate change could reduce the agricultural productivity across Africa, large parts of Africa, by more than a third over the next 60 years. Our global economy population is rising, and due to that, we are going to demand 35% more food by the year 2030. Energy and water resources are an absolute strain to the maximum, and demand is expected to increase 50 and 40% respectively. All of this is putting huge pressure on the planet's natural resources. At the same time, only 3% of the world's water is freshwater, and only a third of that is accessible by lakes, rivers, or underground. The International Water Management Institute estimates that most countries lying below the 35N latitude line, which includes all of Australia and South America, most of Africa and parts of Asia and the US, will experience economic and real water scarcity by the year 2025. In short, our global economy is pushing our planet beyond the limits of which it can cope. All of this is causing a shift in the way businesses are viewed and how they seek a competitive advantage in the international market. Sustainability used to be a buzzword that companies like to talk about. However, more often than not, it was just a veneer. Not any longer. Sustainability is increasingly becoming the lens through which businesses are viewed by society, consumers, employees, and most importantly, investors. I'd like to use Patagonia as an example, as they are a pioneer in this space. Since 1985, Patagonia have donated 1% of all sales to the restoration and preservation of the global environment. They also use recycled polyester and organic cotton to make their garments and focus on making less high quality product garments that last longer in order to try and alleviate their carbon footprint. This was highlighted clearly in their 2011 Black Friday campaign, where they don't buy this jacket, where they actively ask their customers to not buy their jackets unless it was necessary. You might think this is a strange marketing ploy, however, it was an unabated success. By appealing to their global consumers' views and thoughts and feelings on climate change and the impact of companies have on our climate, they were able to build a very strong, loyal and community-based customer base. H&M is another one of your competitors that is doing a lot of work in this space. They use sustainable synthetics to make their garments and offer a kind of recycled clothing service where if your clothes are broken or torn, you can give them back to them, they will fix them and then on-sell them again. All of this is to say that this is clearly a global issue and of most importance to international businesses that operate within it. The article I referred to originally from PwC was in the UK. The Black Friday campaign by Patagonia was in America. And just as recently as our last elections here in Australia, there were demonstrations across the country on climate change. I'm not here to give recommendations, just to raise the fact that corporate social responsibility is the next big thing as a result of climate change. And if it is looked at and worked properly, it will give you a huge competitive advantage in the international environment. Thank you.